is Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
Voice of Korea.
This is Voice of Korea.
Now we begin the English language transmission from Pyongyang, the capital of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Here is the mixed powers from General Kim Il-sung. Staff Janitor 김승일.
First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, visited the January 8th fishery station of the Korean People's Army before inauguration. He was accompanied by senior officers of the party and army. Looking around different places of the fishery station, he learned in detail about its construction and preparations for inauguration. He walked along hundreds of meter-long breakwater running out into the sea, saying it seemed as if he were on the runway of an airport. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un said the fishery station has built perfect facilities needed for freezing and pickling seafoods and fully prepared fish sorting and washing conveyor, flat freezers, refrigerator cars, oil tankers, forklifts, and others provided by the party. He expressed great satisfaction of the hostel and resting rooms built on the highest qualitative level into the dear home of fishermen. Especially, many-storied apartment houses for fishermen have been wonderfully built like those in the Unha Scientist Street, he said, and kindly called the residential area for fishermen Ochon Tanpung or Fishing Maple Village. About a new fishing boat, Kim Jong-un acquainted himself with its technical specifications and said, now many up-to-date fishing boats of Tanpung series are built true to the intention of the party, and their efficiency is improved day by day. He went on to say, the fishery station is a really uncommon masterpiece of the year of the Workers' Party and the new scene of the Sungun year on a part of the East Sea of Korea. When a lot of fish is caught, the seas are full of fish and fish is caught in cascades in the future, it will be called the 14th beautiful scene of the Sungun year. It is a surprising miracle that the fishery station is nearing inauguration after successfully carrying out a lot of tests in a little over 2 months after its construction was proposed, he said, and stressed that it is the Korean speed. Respect respected Kim Jong-un highly appreciates the feats of the soldier builders again, saying that the party can keep the promise with the people thanks to their indomitable fighting spirit of resolutely turning out to carry out the order of the party. He instructed that since the party has built the January 8th fishery station of the Korean People's Army to be a model and sample of the whole country, it should be regarded as the standard when fishery stations are newly built or rebuilt in the field of fishery of the army and society. It is a firm resolve of the party to fill the whole country with socialist sea fragrance, he noted, and stressed that the officials and fishermen of the station should live up to the expectation of the party with high production results. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un expressed the belief that the entire party members and workers of the January 8th fishery station of the Korean People's Army will catch lots of fish every year, and thus actively contribute to making the people more loudly shout, "Long live the Workers' Party." Respected Kim Jong-un, First Secretary of the Workers' Party of Korea, First Chairman of the National Defense Commission of the DPRK, and Supreme Commander of the Korean People's Army, visited Unit 188 of the Air and Anti-Aircraft Force of the Korean People's Army, honored with the title of Led 7th Regiment on April 21st, and guided the first flight training after the first meeting of airpersons of the Korean People's Army. He was accompanied by senior officers of the party and army. Respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un gave an order to start the flight training. First, the plane of Kim Hun, former hero airman Kim Yong-jo, flew up into the sky, who has grown to be squadron leader under the utmost loving care of the respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un. Seeing Kim Hun flying with a bright smile on his face, Kim Jong-un said with great delight, "He's the son of hero Kim Yong-jo. The son is flying along the air route taken by his father. He's flying along the air route for national defense, following in the footsteps of his father. Wonderful, really wonderful." Kim Hun skillfully steered his plane to the place where Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un was waiting for him, and made a report of loyalty on the implementation of the order of training. Hugging him and pressing his hand for a while, Kim Jong-un praised him, saying, "You are admirable, really praiseworthy. I have attentively listened to your speech at the meeting of airpersons, and you have shown your pledge in practice." He kindly asked how old he was when hero Kim Yong-jo died, and if he was remembering his father's face. He said, "When he was 3 years old, Kim Hun lost his father. Now he has grown up to stand at the post defended by his father. At the age of 25, he became a squadron leader like his father. Like this, our revolution is carried on from generation to generation." Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un said hero Kim Yong-jo was a true combat airman who showed in practice how to defend a leader resolutely. "You should fly in the van of the unit along the air route for national defense like your father," he said, and had a picture taken with Kim Hun, his hand on him. Then, airmen of the unit flew in a two-plane formation. The flight training powerfully demonstrated once again that once the battle starts, the air will belong to the Red Pilots of Korea, led by respected Supreme Commander Kim Jong-un, who gave strength and courage to them, saying confrontation with the enemy is that in ideology and faith, and that in courage and confidence, and anyone with strong ideology can defeat any enemy. Kim Jong-un expressed great satisfaction over the fact that the airmen wonderfully carried out their task. He met and encouraged the airmen who came back from their training and had a picture taken with them. He said he had organized the training all of a sudden after receiving the report that the airmen came back yesterday from the meeting, and the training was very successful. It proves that the unit is perfectly and regularly prepared for combat action all the time under the slogan, "We are waiting for the party's order of sortie," he added. Saying the fight of the Air Force proves not a moment